There is a silk crepe blouse on a Goodwill rack right now, tagged at $8.99. 100% organic silk, French finish seams, independently certified dye. The exact same blouse retails on the brand's website for $298. That is a 97% discount, and it has nothing to do with damage or wear. The original owner cleaned out her closet and donated it, and nobody on that Goodwill floor checked the label before pricing it at $9. 5 brands, 5 thrift store racks, and the #1 brand on this list is the same label Jackie Kennedy wore to the White House, tagged at $8 on a Goodwill rack. We also found 2 categories you should never buy secondhand, and we will tell you exactly what to skip. Goodwill alone processes over 100 million pounds of donated clothing every year, and fewer than 1% of those garments are inspected for brand quality. The pricing model is based on garment type. A blazer is a blazer, a blouse is a blouse. A $7 tag goes on a polyester shell from a fast fashion retailer and a silk shell from a brand that charges $300 at Nordstrom. We tested every brand on this list using the same 5 criteria we apply across this channel. Starting with number 5. Number 5, Pendleton Woolen Mills. Founded in 1863 in Portland, Oregon, and still family-owned after 5 generations. They operate 2 of their original woolen mills in Oregon and Washington state. In an industry that moved almost everything to overseas garment factories decades ago, Pendleton kept production on American soil. The fiber is 100% virgin wool, sourced and woven domestically. Walk into almost any Goodwill or Salvation Army in the United States, and there is a reasonable chance you will find at least one Pendleton garment hanging between department store cast-offs and faded t-shirts. Wool shirts go for $5 to $8, blazers for $8 to $12, occasionally a heavy wool overcoat for $15. At retail, a Pendleton women's wool blazer costs $198. A wool coat starts at $250. You are paying the price of a large coffee for a garment made from a fiber that is naturally antimicrobial, temperature-regulating, and biodegradable. One verified owner on a vintage clothing collectors forum documented wearing the same Pendleton flannel shirt for 22 years of weekly use before the first visible sign of wear appeared at the cuffs. The honest caveat: Pendleton wool is heavier than most modern fabrics. If you live somewhere warm like Phoenix or Miami, these are seasonal cold weather pieces. And check for moth damage. Hold every piece up to the light in the store. If you see tiny pinhole perforations in the wool, that is moth damage, and it cannot be repaired. Put it back. Your grandmother probably owned a Pendleton wool blanket, and she did not buy it because it was fashionable. She bought it because she intended to hand it down. Pendleton gives you American-made virgin wool for under $10. The next brand gives you boardroom-quality tailoring for even less. Number 4. Talbots. Founded in 1947 in Hingham, Massachusetts. This is the brand that women in their 30s walk past at the thrift store without a second glance because they associate it with their mother's closet. Meanwhile, their mother's closet contained wool blazers that survived 3 fashion cycles and 4 presidential administrations, and still fit the same way they did the year they were purchased. At a Goodwill or Salvation Army store, Talbots blazers typically hang between $4 and $10 on the women's workwear rack. At retail, those same blazers run from $189 to $249. The wool blazers are fully lined. The seams are enclosed, meaning no raw fabric edges are visible on the interior of the garment. The buttons on their classic blazers are horn-style composition rather than injection-molded plastic. These are the same construction details you find on blazers at Theory and J.Crew at 3 to 4 times the thrift price. The cashmere is where Talbots gets interesting. They source cashmere through Mongolian herding cooperatives that supply fiber at 15 to 16 microns. That is the same micron range, from the same geographic region of the Mongolian steppe, that feeds the supply chains of Nordstrom private label, Vince, and Theory. The goat does not care which brand name ends up on the label. The fiber quality is determined by altitude, breed, and combing technique. The honest caveat. Talbots has shifted some production lines in recent years from factories in Italy and the United States to contract manufacturers in Vietnam and China. Check the care label inside the garment. If it says Made in Italy or Made in the United States, that is the production tier you want. A $4 Talbots blazer worn twice a week for 3 years works out to less than 1 cent per wear. The blazer does not know it came from a thrift store. Your colleagues certainly will not. Less than a penny per wear for cashmere-grade tailoring. The next brand matches luxury houses on construction, and the thrift store price makes even less sense. Number 3. Eileen Fisher, founded in 1984. Currently a $500 million fashion brand headquartered in Irvington, New York. At Goodwill, Eileen Fisher pieces typically price between $8 and $18 on the rack next to mainstream mall brands. On the brand's own website, those same garments retail for $198 to $498. The fibers are what set Eileen Fisher apart. Organic silk, organic cotton, Tencel lyocell from sustainably harvested eucalyptus wood pulp, responsibly sourced wool. Every fabric is independently certified for chemical safety, tested for over 100 harmful substances before it reaches a retail shelf. The construction uses French seams and flat felled seams, the same finishing techniques used by luxury houses like the Rowe and Jill Sander on a blouse that ends up at Goodwill for $9. Eileen Fisher also runs its own resale program called Renew. Since 2009, they have taken back over 2 million of their own garments, cleaned them, and resold them. But many owners donate directly to thrift stores instead, which is why Eileen Fisher is one of the most reliably available luxury brands at Goodwill locations across the country. The honest caveat. Eileen Fisher runs oversized by design. The brand designs for drape over a woman's body, not structured boardroom tailoring. Do not judge it on the plastic hanger. Try it on in the fitting room, and focus on wool and silk pieces at the thrift store rather than the lighter Tencel fabrics, which can show pilling and wear faster. There is something almost poetic about a $348 organic silk blouse ending up on a Goodwill rack for $9 because someone decided their closet needed more fast fashion from the mall. The silk does not know it was donated. It still drapes the same way. If this kind of analysis is useful, subscribe. We cover brand audits like this every single week on this channel. The next brand comes with a lifetime repair guarantee, and our number 1 was founded over 200 years ago. Number 2. Patagonia, founded in 1973 by Yvon Chouinard in Ventura, California. In 2022, Chouinard did something unprecedented. He gave the entire $3 billion company away to a climate trust. Every dollar of Patagonia profit now funds environmental conservation projects instead of flowing to shareholders. That matters because when your business model is not built on quarterly earnings calls, you can afford to make outdoor jackets and fleece pullovers that last 15 years instead of 15 months. At thrift stores, Patagonia fleece jackets and pullovers are priced between $10 and $20. At retail, the same items run $99 to $349. The detail that separates Patagonia from every other brand on this list is the Ironclad Guarantee. Patagonia will repair any garment they have ever made at any of their retail repair centers for free. No time limit, no receipt required. You can walk into a Patagonia store with a fleece jacket from 2008, and they will fix the zipper, restitch the seams, and replace the elastic at no charge. A $15 Patagonia fleece from a thrift store comes with a lifetime repair guarantee backed by a $3 billion outdoor company. A $70 jacket from the mall comes with a 30-day return policy. The 3 Patagonia items you are most likely to find at a thrift store are the Better Sweater Fleece, the Cinchilla Snap Tee Pullover, and the Nano Puff Insulated Jacket. The insulation holds its loft, the water resistance stays effective season after season, and the zippers still work smoothly after years of daily use. The honest caveat. Patagonia runs slightly small in women's sizing, and their design aesthetic is mountain trail functional, not office polished. If you need something for a client meeting, this is not the brand. But for everything else, nothing at any thrift store competes with a Patagonia find at $10 to $20. This is the fleece every woman at the farmer's market is wearing on Saturday morning, and none of them paid retail for it. A $15 jacket with a lifetime guarantee is hard to beat. The number one brand on this list somehow manages it. Number 1. Brooks Brothers. Founded in 1818 in Manhattan, New York. 207 years of continuous production. Brooks Brothers is the oldest clothing brand in the United States. It has outlived the Civil War, 2 World Wars, the Great Depression, and the entire rise and fall of fast fashion. Every American president since Abraham Lincoln has worn Brooks Brothers. Lincoln was wearing a Brooks Brothers coat at Ford's Theater the night he was assassinated. Jackie Kennedy wore it, Michelle Obama wore it. This is a brand that does not follow runway trends. It outlasts them. At thrift stores, Brooks Brothers women's pieces typically price between $6 and $15. At retail, those same garments cost $168 to $598. What you are actually buying when you pick up a Brooks Brothers women's blouse at a thrift store for $8 is single needle tailoring. Each seam is sewn with 1 needle per pass rather than 2 needles simultaneously. It is slower, more expensive, and produces a cleaner, flatter seam that lies closer to the body. Most luxury Italian shirt makers use this same technique on blouses that retail for $300 to $500. The cotton is Supima. The fibers are 35% longer and 45% stronger than standard cotton. Less than 1% of all cotton grown globally qualifies as Supima, and it is grown exclusively in the San Joaquin Valley of California. Run your hand across a Brooks Brothers Supima blouse and then across a polyester blend from the same thrift store rack. Smoother, heavier, cooler to the touch. One important detail. Brooks Brothers filed for bankruptcy in 2020 and was acquired by new ownership. Post-acquisition garments use lighter weight fabrics and simplified construction. At the thrift store, this works in your favor. The Brooks Brothers inventory flowing into Goodwill right now is overwhelmingly pre-2020 production, which is the era you want. Look at the label inside the collar. The classic Brooks Brothers label with the golden fleece logo is the main line. If you see a label marked 346, that is the outlet sub-brand. Decent construction, but a different tier. The golden fleece label on a pre-2020 garment is your signal. A brand that dressed Lincoln, Kennedy, and Obama does not end up on a Goodwill rack because the clothing failed. It ends up there because someone's closet ran out of space. $8 for a blouse that could walk into any boardroom in Manhattan without a single question asked. And it is sitting on the same rack as a polyester fast fashion top and a faded graphic t-shirt, waiting for someone who knows what they are looking at. Now, we promised we would tell you what to avoid at the thrift store. 2 categories to skip entirely. First, designer-priced brands without designer construction. Brands like White House Black Market in New York and company price items at $80 to $150 at retail storefronts in shopping malls, which sounds premium. But the construction tells a different story. Cemented hems instead of stitched hems. Single overlocked seams instead of enclosed seams. Polyester-dominant blends that pill after 3 washes in a home washing machine. At the thrift store, you are paying $6 for a garment that was built to $6 specifications. The retail price was paying for the mall lease and a marketing campaign shot in a studio in Los Angeles. Second, any blazer or coat where the interior lining is separating from the outer shell fabric. Run your hand inside any structured jacket at the thrift store. If the lining is pulling away, if it bunches when you move your arm, or if it feels stiff and plasticky instead of smooth and cool, put it back on the rack. A degraded lining cannot be repaired cost-effectively. And it tells you the garment has reached the end of its structural life regardless of the brand name printed on the label. 5 brands, 5 garments. At thrift store prices, your total cost for one piece from each brand on this list is under $60. At retail, those same 5 pieces cost over $1,400. That is what happens when you learn to read a clothing label instead of a price tag. The cheapest clothing in your closet is not the piece with the lowest price tag. It is the piece you never had to replace. And the next time you walk into a Goodwill or a Salvation Army, you are not browsing anymore. You are auditing. Think about the best piece of clothing you have ever found at a thrift store. Tell us in the comments what brand was on the label, what you paid, and what it would have cost at retail. We read every single one, and your finds are shaping what we investigate next. Subscribe so you do not miss what comes next.